Hi friends, so we're going to start with a new topic, that is sets. This is from class 11. Okay, so now the first thing that we have to know is what are sets. Sets are basically collections, but these are collections of some well-defined objects. These are collections but of well-defined objects. Now what do I mean by this well-defined objects? See, if I give you an example of write a set of all the vowels in the English alphabet. So you know what are the vowels in the English alphabet. You will make a set where you will have A, E, I, O, U. Okay. So if I ask you to make a set of all the numbers which are odd numbers but they are less than 10. So you have a well-defined collection of such numbers which are odd and the positive odds and which are less than 10. If I give you another question that all the prime numbers which are less than 10. So you have a well-defined collection of all the prime numbers which are less than 10. But suppose if I ask you a question, write a set of 5 best authors in your country. Now see, you do not have any parameter where you are going to decide who are the best authors. Like there's no parameter to decide that. Rich people in your country, you don't have any parameters which measures that. But you do have parameters to measure like literacy rate. So if I tell you to have a set of literate people, you do have a. So the objects in a set are called its members or elements. So now let's see, if A is an element of set A, you represent a set with capital letters. So if A is belonging to this set A, how do we represent that? We represent it like this. A, since it belongs to the set capital A, so we write it belongs to A. This represents belongs to, this is the belongs to sign. So A, over here we mean that this A is actually an element of the set A. Now, suppose if there is any object which does not belong to this set, so how do we represent that? So, let B is an element which is not present in this set. So, how do we represent that? We write B does not belong to A. So, this is how we represent. Okay, now we will see how to describe sets. So there are two ways in which we can describe sets. So one is the roster form and the other one is the set builder form. Let's talk about the roster form. This roster form is also known as the tabular form. So what do we do over here? In this form, in the roster form, we list all the elements or the members of that set within curly braces. So we list all the members within these curly braces. Let's take examples of this. If I ask you to write the set of all the factors of 12. So I am asking you to make a set of all the factors of 12. So how will you answer this? You will put curly braces. Within this curly braces, you will write all the factors. 1 is a factor of 12. You will put comma. Then 2 is also a factor. Again comma. 3, 4, 6 and 12. So these are the factors of 12 which we are representing in this sets, and we are giving commas, we put commas between each element. Let's take another example. So if I ask you to write all set of all the vowels in English alphabet. Okay. So how do you write it? Again, you know it is A, E, I, O, U. So you put curly braces, you write the elements, that is A, put a comma, E, I, O, U. So you put a comma between each element. So this is the set of all the vowels in English alphabet. So this is how we represent sets in the roster form. So the other way of describing sets is the set builder form. So in set builder form, we have certain parameters that we have to look into. The first one is that we have to begin with an already existing set. Now what do I mean by already existing set? Already existing set means that the sets which like whole numbers, like natural numbers, which we already have existing. These are the existing sets. So like whole numbers, the natural numbers, the integers, then you have the rational numbers, okay. And so you already have to have a pre-existing set, and to those pre-existing sets you have to apply certain conditions. You have to provide some condition to it. Suppose the condition can be like, if you're talking about some integers, if you have the pre-existing set as your integer, you're talking about all the positive odd integers. So this is the condition which you have applied to that set of integers. Okay, so you're applying the condition, that is that all the integers should be positive and it should be odd. Another way you can, let's take a small example, like in case of natural numbers. If I tell you write all the natural numbers which are less than suppose 10, all the natural numbers which are less than 10. So you have a set, pre-existing set, that is the natural numbers, the set of natural numbers, and to that set you have applied a condition. What is the condition in this case? Your condition is that all the natural numbers should be less than 10. Now there should be something which will be collecting all these conditions that you have set. Okay, so let's take an example over here. Suppose the set which you are having, you are taking is the natural number. We are taking the set of natural numbers and we are applying the condition that the set of natural numbers should be less than 10. So this is where we collect x and we give a colon sign in this curly braces, inside this curly braces. This means you are collecting all your collection, or the collection of the sets which after giving the condition is collected in this x. So how do you read it? X is such that x belongs to what? X belongs to a existing set. Already it belongs to an existing set which was already existing. So you write it x belongs to n, means x belongs to natural number, and x is, you can either write n or you can give this semicolon also. So and x is what? Less than 10. So and x is less than 10. So without enlisting all the numbers like this, what we are doing over here, we are putting it into a comprehension form. See, we have x such that, we are collecting it over here, x is such that x belongs to already existing set, that is natural number, and x is less than 10. So this is how we represent in the set builder form, and after this we will see some examples.